So there are a few tricky parts to this repair procedure when you want to get to the optics in the inner lens of the Panasonic LX7. First you have to just disassemble the back, which is really easy, just these screws. Then you just pull it off, just make sure that this ribbon cable doesn't get yanked, so you just disassemble it like this. Then you open all those connectors and dismount all those ribbon cables, also this cable. You just pull it up with any small lever, like this. Then there's this screw. I've just disassembled all of this and reassembled it, and since this was my first time, it's a bit of a pain. It was a bit of a pain to do. This is just one screw for this whole part. And then you just have to try to remove it like this. This is a damaged LX7, so this will not be used again, so I'm a bit careless, so don't be alarmed. Just remove this like this. Then these two screws here, just for this plate, which just holds the lens assembly in place. Then this lens assembly just comes off like this. Oh, and also is a third screw up here in the right upper corner. And then it comes out like this. The next thing is to dismount the front, I think. Oh. This snaps on the back, on the bottom like this, and on the sides, on the top, you can just. Oh, who are you? I don't care. This shouldn't come off. It didn't come off in the first place. Oh, right. This is one of the damaged cables. It's a bit corroded and it goes here. Then you just pull the front off. You also have to dismount the back and the front. You have to remove these 4 screws. Then you can remove your thread here, and then you have to remove the top. Okay, my camera keeps shutting itself off. So, as I said, you just have to remove the top, which when assembled looks like this, and it should just be removable like this. And I will check on the camera so it doesn't cut off, because I have disassembled this 3 times now. So, and then you have your lens assembly, and it just comes out like this. Put that aside. Then you just have to remove all those screws around, not those in the middle, these are for the sensor. So just remove those. And again, this is a damaged and non-functional LX7, so I'm not really careful. I keep it for spare parts, but so I don't try to damage anything, but also I don't really mind if if it doesn't work, because it's already not working as it is. And also this screw on the side has to come off. These are the only screws that have to come off. As I said, not those 3 in the middle for the sensor, and also you don't have to remove this one. So then you just be careful, this the zoom motor just hangs on this tiny cable, and fortunately these cables are of good quality in these LX models and also in early travel zoom TZ Panasonic models, so you don't really have to be too careful about them, but I would always recommend be careful with them. And also this side ribbon cable, it just comes off as a whole like this. You don't have to open this connector. Then this comes off. You have this ribbon cable, be careful about that. Just set this aside. Camera is still recording, great. And also, where is my, there it is. This little cog comes off like that. And then you just, to disassemble this assembly, this lens assembly, you just have to push where these gear thingies are. You just have to push that a bit, like that. And then you see, it just comes out like this. And then what you have to do is rotate this outer part just a bit so that the lens comes out a bit, so that these parts here retract. And then you can lift this thing, and you just have to lift it and turn it. And with a bit of luck, it should be removable just like that. And that's basically all you can disassemble. So you have your outer lens here, you can clean it inside and out. You have this inner lens, you can clean that. You have this lens, you can clean that. This goes like that. I hope I can get that back in, because I did not mean to disassemble this, but I think it should be like that, yeah. Just where the ribbon cable comes out on this end. And then to put it all back together, just leave this out a bit. And which the really tricky part is, you have those, I don't know if I can show this. I don't know if you can see that. Like that. You have those grooves in there. And you have these 2 elements, and each of these elements has 3 knobs like that. And here. These go in first, and these have to go all the way down, and this can be tricky because they have to kind of fall, so you have to wiggle it so that they fall down, and you have to push down lightly and turn it, and when you feel that it's in the groove, you can turn the whole thing right side. And then this upper element will go back down. And when you have done it correctly, this retracts inside. So this way would be the correct way. Then you can go back up with this. And if you have assembled it all correctly, all these little knobs correspond with some holes on this frame. And it should fall into place like this, but this is not correct. Because the ribbon cable has to be here in this hole. So let's do it all again. Because there's 3 ways this inner assembly can be put into this outer assembly. So you kind of have to try all 3 ways to do it. Yes. but that is still not correct, so I've done it 2 times the wrong way. Now the 3rd time needs to be the correct way. Just wiggle it until it's all the way down, until you feel it that it can move. Push it down. This looks good. Align all those knobs. Then it should click into place like that. There should be no gap. These things here should fall into their respective things. Sorry. And the ribbon cable should be at this hole right here. So now you can put this back together. And there's also one tricky part. There's one part of this one, which slides out, and you have to push it back in so that it fits. Like this. You see, it doesn't go all the way in, so you have to just push this a bit inside. Then it should just fall into place. Oh, I forgot this little cogwheel. You just have to, I think, rotate the lens a bit outwards. Yes, and there it is. Everything is flush. Rotate the lens inward as much as you can so that it stays flush, and that's it. Now put all the screws back together. The ribbon cable, just make sure that these things are aligned properly in their respective guides. And I will reassemble this LX7 as you would a functioning LX7. Although mine will not function, at least because this ribbon cable right here is corroded, and so there's some missing communication between some of those parts. And I honestly don't really remember what the symptoms were. I just know it did not work anymore and I couldn't get it fixed. There you go. Put that back in. Like that. The next thing is the top. Just make sure that all these ribbon cables fall into place where they should. That they are not cramped or else they will just not go where they should. There you go. Then a bit tricky is to just get these 2 cables back in. One goes here, this one goes here, and this one goes here. One is through. This one, just make sure it doesn't get obstructed on the way, and it should just emerge on this side. And it does. Yes, there we are. All the ribbon cables are back in place. Then just put back this plate here. With the proper screws. My camera is still running, that's great. So I don't have to do all this 3 or 4 times. And I'm very grateful for that, because this is not the worst repair to do. Actually, if you have done it 3 or 4 times, it's not that bad at all. But I have also had more pleasant repairs. And as a rule, all these compact cameras can be a pain when you have to disassemble the lenses. And I don't really know how this goes in, but I should have done this before when I had the top off. But I'm not going to disassemble all of this again. This will just hold. This will do just fine. I'll just put it in here so it doesn't go anywhere. That's okay. So now to just reassemble all those ribbon cables, which is no problem at all. Just a bit of patience. And in this case, I don't really have to pay attention to it. I'll just do that real quick. In you go. Then this little connector here, which should just push in like that. Yes. I should have put the tripod mount back in before I assembled the front, but I think I can squeeze it in. Yes, I can. Or not? Can I? Please, thank you. And then this should be it. Just the big ribbon cable for the display and the controls. And there you are. Mine will not turn on, so I don't even gonna try. But this is how you get to the outer lens to clean it, and also the focus length lenses, and if you have to clean the sensor, then that's how you get to it. I hope this helps.